News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the new Fergus Now app on your phone. 10:35, and it's now time for Chamber on the Air. Joining us now, we've got Lisa Workman, president of the Fergus Falls Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Lisa.
Hey, Dave. Thank you. And happy August 2nd, everyone. Of course, got to wish Gina Ackerson at the Chamber staff a happy birthday today. Hard to believe it's already August. I don't know where the time goes. We were just chatting a bit before we went on the air about how fast time flies. So it's August. It's, one of the few last months of summer. I'm going to count September as a summer month, too. So glad you are tuning in today to Chamber on the Air. This is a fantastic opportunity for us to share some stories from some of our great Chamber members and also talk to you a little bit about things that are happening with the Chamber. So since it's Chamber on the Air, we're going to start with Chamber stuff that's going on. And you mentioned back to school and those things are happening. And we have a great program available for Chamber members coming up next Wednesday on August 9th. We are doing another class of our Lunch and Learns, the Chamber MBA. So you'll get your Master or your Member Benefits Academy. This next class that we have next week will be on how to build an internship program for high school students. So we're going to give you tips and tricks on how to connect with high school students. If you're looking at building your workforce or the talent pipeline in your business, this is a great opportunity for you to learn how to get things started as we connect students, high school students, to many businesses in our community. You can sign up at fergusfalls.com, and this is our August MBA, How to Build an Intern program on August 9th from 11:30 to 1. Lunch is included with that. Then later on this month, it's the Wild West Showdown on Friday, August 18th. It's our 19th annual Golf Scramble at Pebble Lake Golf Club, and we're encouraging folks, how appropriate. This week, folks are going to WeFest. Save your WeFest attire and wear it to our golf tournament on Friday, August 18th. We've got a few team openings available as well as volunteer opportunities and a couple little sponsorships that are available too for that. So we want to thank everyone who has helped make that happen. Great event. Can't wait to share some pictures about all the fun that's happening that day. And we'll see if the American Federal Bank team takes home the trophy again this year. So they've been reigning champion for a few years. And then later on this month, on August 31st, we are going to be doing a ribbon cutting celebration with Swanson Equipment, and Adam Becker will be joining us on the show today to talk a little bit about that. But before we talk about ribbon cuttings and new businesses, we're going to talk with Grant Davenport of Davenport Insurance. And Grant, I can't believe that you have already owned your business 6 years.
Yes, time has flown by. So yeah, it was 6 years in June. It's been a very fun and challenging altogether, but it's going great, and very appreciative of kind of the partnership the Chamber's had with us over time. And
you bet. It's been fun to share the story since when you first started your business. And now, do you measure the time of the business with the age of your kiddos?
That's a good good reference there. Yeah, no, we've just been able to grow and again, build just awesome partnerships and relationships with other businesses in town and just community members, the Otter Tail Lakes area. So it's been fun to get out and kind of learn the area too as you get out and meet these people.
Absolutely.
And locations and farms and businesses. So yeah, it's really fun.
And I think that's one thing I've always appreciated about you, Grant, is that you're willing to go out and meet people where they're at, whether it's out on their farm or at their home or at their business. Good old fashioned meet with the customer face to face, wherever they choose.
That really is probably the funnest part of my job. Everybody has a great story and background of what it is, whether it's family history with the farm or how they got their operation going for the business and just kind of all of a sudden wanted to try something out. And that just gives us a real firsthand look at what we're there to help with in protecting, whether it's buildings, inventory, vehicles,
equipment.
Equipment. So seeing that firsthand and learning how that operation is going really helps us then put together the coverages that best match up and fit for the risks that they might be facing.
Sure. Well, and last night, a lot of folks, we were all doing the rain dance, so happy with that $1 million rain, as I have heard folks call it. Considerable amount of rain hit Otter Tail County, and with that there was some wind, and
Yep.
I would imagine you were waiting for your phone to ring.
A little bit, yes. The summer storm season is interesting in the insurance world. You just never know what may occur. And again, that's where we're there to help when that does happen. The storms are always going to come through. But again, just making sure that at that point of need, we're there to help fix, replace, repair, get everybody back on their feet where they need to be.
Absolutely. And I think, too, that rain should serve as a reminder to folks that if they were thinking, hope the storm doesn't come through or branches don't land on my roof, but really, if they haven't priced out, like if you haven't had your home re-roofed recently or had to do any major construction, in case you didn't know, those building costs have really increased, and that affects your insurance too.
Absolutely. The replacement cost valuation is a conversation that we have with people all the time, and I would stress to anybody to look at those numbers on your policy. A lot's changed in the world here in the last 18 months, 2 years. Cost of materials, labor.
Right.
And so if something bad does happen, just making sure that you have the appropriate levels there to get your properties rebuilt, back up and going the way that you need them. I was joking earlier, but it's so true. I've never talked to somebody in a claim situation that was mad or frustrated that they had too much coverage at that time of loss.
This check is too big.
Exactly. But I'd rather have that situation and get them back and going. Nobody wants to find out that, their building is short by X amount of dollars
Sure.
and now it's out of pocket to try to get it up and going. That just isn't good for anybody. So looking at that from just a review standpoint, if you have not met with an insurance professional on this to go through, we have tools and valuation markers that can just help make sure that those numbers match what's actually on site there. And
Right.
So I do stress that that's an important thing. And again, we want to make sure you're in a good spot moving forward with that.
Absolutely. Well, that's a good tip for everybody that when it rains, think of your insurance and make sure that your replacement costs are current and up to date and match what the market is calling for. If folks want to do some comparisons or if they're one of your clients, what's the best way to get in touch with you, Grant?
Absolutely. We're located at 114 East Washington Avenue here in Fergus Falls. We can be reached online, davenportinsuranceMN.com, or give us a call at 218-736-5697. We'd be happy to set up a review with anybody. We are a fully independent insurance office, so
Sure.
we have a variety of carriers that we can get priced out for coverages, best values, etc. There's so much fluctuation happening in the insurance world right now that it is a good time to just see what may be out there, have that review. Like so many things, unfortunately, the price points of stuff for the products is changing as well. So again, just making sure that what you're paying for in insurance, you're getting a good product back out of it.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming on the show today and giving folks a reminder on that. And congratulations on 6 years in business.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Well, we're going to shift gears a little bit and we're going to talk with a new business owner in town or the owner of a new business. Andrew Olson is joining us on the show now with Running Stitches. Boy, that's a tough one. Running Stitches Embroidery. Yes. Thank you. Good morning, Andrew. Now, you have been in business for many years and very familiar in our community, but this is a brand new business.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what Running Stitches is all about.
Yes. My in-laws have had an embroidery business in Albert Lea for the last 25 years, and they decided to retire and move up this direction, but still work a little bit. So when they moved up here, all the embroidery machines went in our house, along with the screen printing. And so we have had that in our house for the last 6 months up to June 1st. And I was in another industry here in Fergus, and it was time to just start a new business.
Yeah.
Fergus is really
We're booming.
a unique town to have a business in. People like to work with local businesses. So we decided to take over, change the name, and we got a location, 643 West Fur Avenue.
Yeah, folks aren't familiar with that.
That is over by Midwest Insurance and Broadway Apartments.
Sure.
Across from the Government Services building there.
Absolutely. And so Running Stitches Embroidery, what kind of products can you guys embroider on? Now, I didn't realize you were so handy with needlework. yourself, like
the
little,
machines.
French knots and things like. Oh, the machines do it. Wow.
Commercial embroidery machine. My wife actually does alterations, so we are going to be offering alterations as well for those who
That's
need that.
fantastic. Yeah, we get a lot of requests at the chamber for that, looking for folks for alterations.
So we offer a wide array of apparel that you can come in and get whatever you want for your business, whether it's jackets or shirts and hats, and then we can embroider whatever you want on them. So what we do is when we get your logo, we have it digitized so that it's a company that makes it so that our machines know how to sew it on.
Sure.
And once that's done, we can make it on a shirt, put it on a hat, enlarge it, put it on the back of a jacket. And so once we have that done, we can do pretty much anything with an image.
Yeah, and so how long does that all take? Like from logo to...
Well, if we get the logo, we send it to our digitizers. They can do it in a day or two.
Okay.
And once we have that, then we have to order whatever apparel you want done. So we can get that within 1 to 2 days, depending on where we order it from, and then the time to embroider.
And all locally owned business, locally run machines.
Yep.
Can you do more than one? Do you do more than one piece of embroidery at a time?
We have 4 machines.
Okay.
We are in the process of looking at getting a multi-head machine where we can do the same thing at once. Now we do it with different machines, but we are looking to grow and add more machines so we can do more.
Fantastic. And if folks have, maybe they just need one thing done,
Yep.
you could do one thing.
Yep. And we're set up more like a store, so we have some hats on hand and T-shirts and a little bit of inventory that we can show you what you can order, but then we also have catalogs and working on getting a website so people will be able to order online.
Fantastic. Well, it is a great way to market your company, to have your brand out there, to see where it's great for your employees. That's one thing that I know that sets businesses apart is you can tell who works at a business, whether it's a retail business or a restaurant or, any type of service business. If they've got clothing on or a hat on that has their name and logo on it, you know that they work there.
Yep. And we can do screen printing as well. So if you wanted to do a T-shirt or something with screen printing, we can get that done as well. And
all kinds of goodies that folks can, if you can wear it or set it on your desk or, just pretty much anything, I would imagine you could probably you can either embroider on or screen print.
One thing that I'm noticing with some of the businesses and different people that I've talked to is people are wanting like online stores. So we can offer anywhere from 10 to 40 different items that we can open it up to their employees, and employees can go in and buy what they want.
Oh, boy, that's way
customers.
easier than going around and asking each technician or each salesperson what size they want and all that kind of stuff.
We can still do that too, but if that works, so that's what we're in the process of creating, so we can do that for people.
Fantastic. So, Andrea, if folks want to get in touch with you, we know, of course, as a chamber member, you're on fergusfalls.com business directory. But what's another way that folks can find Running Stitches Embroidery?
They can stop by the shop at 643 West Fur, and my number is 218-205-2493.
Fantastic.
And we're also on Facebook, Running Stitches Embroidery.
Awesome. Well, welcome as a new business owner or owner of a new business in town.
Thank you.
You betcha. Well, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Elevate as well as Swanson Equipment. So stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Chris McCon. I'm the solid waste director for Ottertail County's solid waste department. Just here to share a little bit about myself. I'm an engineer. My education started with a bachelor's degree in environmental engineering in Houghton, Michigan. And from there I went to a consultant in the cities called Foth. And ironically at Foth, one of my first clients was Ottertail County. I worked for Mike Haanen. He was the director for Ottertail County at the time and did quite a bit of work for him. Worked on construction-related projects, on annual reporting and groundwater monitoring. Had a really good experience with that. But by the age of 29, I wanted to move out of the metro area. I wasn't sure where to move. but found a job here in Fergus Falls with another private consultant, Interstate Engineering. It was a great experience. I broadened my work experience to include a lot of civil engineering, but I continued with solid waste related engineering as well, and continued working off and on for the county and for your director, Mike Haanen. Did projects with the the Fergus Falls Transfer Station on a construction project at the New York Mills Northeast landfill, and also a recycling study. And those we did in coordination with FOTH. So again, continuing on those relationships and good experiences. And then that all kind of came to a head in 2018. And at that time, I was offered the job to be the solid waste director for Otter Tail County, and very gladly accepted the job. Very happy to have taken it. It's been a very good experience for me and for my family. Going forward, excited to continue working for the county and my family. Maybe just mention that now that I'm here, I got married, and Brooke and I have 5 children. We love Otter Tail County. We're intentionally here, not anywhere else, and plan to make this our home to raise our children and stay here.
Hi, I'm Cedar Walters, and I'm here at the Otter Tail County Recycling Center with our recycling manager, Rena Simon. Hi, Rena.
Cedar.
So sometimes people wonder, what happens to that recycling when you put it in your bin? It kind of disappears and we don't really know what happens to it. So if I was to recycle a box, a cardboard box at home, what would happen to that box?
So the cool thing about the cardboard from Otter Tail County, Cedar, is that it's actually recycled right here in Minnesota. So it could find its way into a new box, into a part of a new box.
So all this cardboard that we're standing by is going to stay in Minnesota and get made into new stuff?
Or at least be made into new stuff in Minnesota, and who knows where it could end up.
So is this something that your recycling could get made into?
Yes, for sure. It could be made into a pizza box. And one thing I want to talk about pizza boxes, this Philly steak, onion, and mushroom actually was a pretty clean box. So all of this is recyclable.
So this would be okay?
This would be all right to recycle.
What if this was really covered with a lot of cheese?
Then the best bet would be to tear off that part. That would go in your garbage, and recycle the part that is not.
So how much cardboard do we recycle in Otter Tail County?
We recycle over 1,900 tons of cardboard here in Otter Tail County.
Wow, that's a lot of cardboard. Well, thank you, Rena.
Thanks.
Remember, give your waste a new life. Recycle.
News Talk 1250 KBRF, and we're back with Chamber on the Air.
Well, thanks, Dave. Yeah, well, we've got just a great resource of great businesses here on the show today. If you want to find out more about each of the businesses like Running Stitches or Davenport Insurance, and now we're going to talk with Elevate and Swanston Equipment, check out our website at fergusfalls.com. We've got a great business directory there. You'll also find job opportunities. So maybe you're looking for a job as kids are going back to school, or a career change. We also have hot deals and an events calendar where you will find out more details about the different events going on throughout Fergus Falls with the Chamber, as well as community events. And again, you'll find out more about each of these businesses too. So the next business we're going to talk to is Elevate, which is downtown Fergus Falls, and the owner, Chris Stack, is here. Chris, so glad to have you on the show. Stock, why?
That's all right. Everybody gets it wrong.
Stach, but it's Stock.
It is, yep.
So, Chris, congratulations on opening your new store, and boy, lots happening.
Yeah, there's a lot changing in our market right now. A lot of people are kind of confused about what I'm able to sell right now.
Right. And so we should give folks like the brief, if you haven't been in Elevate, what it all is.
Sure, yeah. So we're a hemp-derived THC dispensary. We look at more of the medical side. I'm a registered nurse by trade, so we like to figure out what works for everybody as far as aches and pains go. But we also look at the rec side, and that's where my twin comes into play. He's been out in the Michigan market for 3 years now, and he's looking to provide his services with us. So hopefully we can get him in and be an owner sooner than later here. So
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, you bring the medical side of things. So with years of experience as a registered nurse, you have that true caregiving spirit.
Yeah, so everybody that comes in, I like the one-on-one and really answer everybody's question, because not everything works the same for everybody. Your liver enzymes, everything can be different for everybody. So something that works for somebody might not work for you. So
let's talk a little bit about that. Kind of, you can get down to the science of it all, but what are some of the things that people come in to Elevate for? What kind of ailments?
Yeah, sure.
Challenges, problems?
Yeah, so we see a lot of people with some IBS, some diabetics coming in, some cancer patients coming in, which is great. I really got
you're
into
able
this.
to help them, yeah.
Yes, yeah, and I really got into it after my mom passed away from cancer about 5 years ago. And yeah, so it's been quite the undertaking, but we do everything from cancer patients all the way just down to some aches and pains. So, but we also 100% support the recreational side. That's where my brother really comes into play.
Okay, so that's his more area of expertise.
100%, yeah.
And as far as, some major laws have changed in the state of Minnesota August 1st,
Yes.
with recreational marijuana being legal
Yes.
now in the state. So does that change your business at this point?
No, and that's the big thing that we've been trying to get across to everybody. That doesn't change anything for me. For any retailer in Minnesota, unless you're on a reservation. And some of the reservations are going that way to actually starting to sell cannabis as of August 1st. But for right now, any other businesses outside of a reservation won't be able to sell actual cannabis for probably another year, if not 18 months. So,
right. Yeah. So the state of Minnesota is still organizing the Office of Cannabis Management, and they have really set aside January 1st of 2025 as they hope to have things up and running by then.
Hopefully, yeah. A lot of people are under the aspect that it's already running, and that's just not the case. I don't even think they've hired a director for their department yet. So there's still a lot of hoops to go through, a lot of things to get done. But as soon as we're able to, we're going to apply for a license. We already got SOPs in place, a whole lot of just legal paperwork already done, just so we can be ready to submit at any time. So.
And that's one thing. Speaking of legal, every product that you sell is legal in the state of Minnesota.
100%. Everything we sell is legal. We invite, any sheriff department, police department, or the city or Ottawa County to come in and check us out. We're 100% compliant with everything we do. So, yeah, we encourage everybody to stop in and check us out.
Right. And just out of curiosity, too, do you welcome the looky-loos?
That's
an old school term. Yeah, looky-loos, What is that that's in there? So you're right downtown Fergus Falls, very close to like Park Region, across from Uncle Eddie's.
Yes. Yeah.
Right on Lincoln Avenue.
Yeah, so we're at 214 West Lincoln Avenue. Yeah, we welcome anybody. A lot of times people just stop in to see who we are, talk a little bit. Usually lasts a half an hour, if not longer than that.
Sure.
I think my longest one was like 2.5. So
all right.
Stop
You're
in,
willing
check
to
us
spend
out.
time with people.
I'm so willing. Yeah, if you come in Mondays and Tuesdays, we're closed, but I do open it up for appointments if you just want to talk with me one-on-one and have as much time as you want.
Fantastic. And regular business hours?
Sure. So we're open Wednesday through Thursday from 9 to 6, and then Monday or Fridays through Saturday, 9 to 8.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And thanks again for choosing Fergus Falls to open your business.
Yeah, I'm born and raised here, so it feels great to run a business in this town.
Awesome. Well, speaking of running a business, Adam Becker is joining us next with Swanston Equipment. And Adam, you guys have a big grand opening coming up, or
we do.
New location opening. Yeah, ribbon cutting.
Thank you for having me. We are having a ribbon cutting open house ceremony at our new location, 712 Frontier Drive. Can't miss it. Just go by Perkins. You'll see all the equipment sitting out there.
Yeah, and when we talk about equipment, this is like Bobcats and more.
Correct.
All like the full line.
I mean, yes, everything. We're the only full-line Bobcat dealer in Otter County. And we also are a steel equipment dealer, so your chainsaws, your weed whippers, leaf blowers, and Toro as well. So zero turns, snow blowers. That's a snowblower shout out
snowblower,
in August. But yes, everyone remembers what happened last winter, and so we sell that as well.
Well, we started talking about insurance. It pays to think ahead. So, now is a good time to check out those chainsaws and chains. And you guys take care of the service work too, right?
Take care of all the service work for all of that. Anything small engine all the way up to large diesel engines as well. We're pretty well versed in service work. Parts, we have all stocked there. And then we do rental as well.
Okay.
We don't rent out your small stuff like your chainsaws, but if you need a stump grinder.
But they're affordable. The chainsaws are so affordable.
Yeah.
You're going to want your own.
You're going to want your own of those. But stump grinders, bobcats, mini excavators, anything like that, we would rent out as well.
All kinds of great equipment. And, of course, the Swanston brand is well known throughout the region. You guys have four locations.
4 locations. We started in 1930 in Fargo. We're 4th generation family owned, about 65 families of employees.
That's fantastic.
Fargo, Minot, Fergus Falls. We purchased Bobcat of Otter Tail in 2020. And last year we opened our newest location in Alexandria, Minnesota.
That's fantastic. And the 712 Frontier Drive, like you said, is right by Perkins. A grand opening ribbon cutting celebration on August 31st. We're going to bring our big scissors. They're not as big as a Bobcat. Maybe there's some sort of cutting
maybe we can
device.
hook 'em
Maybe
up.
you can use a chainsaw to cut the ribbon.
Yes.
Oh, now we better talk to insurance.
12 to 4. We'll be there.
Okay.
Pizza Ranch is catering, so there'll be good food. We're giving away
yum.
plenty of equipment.
Door prizes and all
Door
the goodies.
prizes. KJ Country is going to do a live show from there that day, so be plenty of. No one should leave hungry. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, we are looking forward to that again, August 31st, the ribbon cutting ceremony, open house at Swanson Equipment from 12 until 4. And Adam Becker has joined us on the show today. And if you want more details on that or other business information, check out our website at fergusfalls.com. We're already out of time, so we'll come back when it's September and round out your month with the ribbon cutting and open house at Swanson on August 31st. I'm Lisa Workman. This has been Chamber on the Air, and we'll talk to you again next month. We're out of time.